Shanti. Good morning. विश्व भर में कोई भी कोने में कुछ होता है तो
whatever happens anywhere in any corner of the world, we think of helping them because they are also human beings.
बाकी भी ज्ञान मार्ग में आने से सारा विश्व अपना परिवार लगता है.
When we follow the path of knowledge, then the entire world belongs to us.
तो दुनिया वाले कहेंगे भगवान को प्रेयर करें.
People in the world say, let us pray to God.
आजकल सब समझते हैं हमारे लिए प्रेयर करो या.
Everyone wants to pray to God for themselves and others.
परमात्मा बाप ने साइलेंस में रहने की,
God the Father,
दुख हरता शांति दाता बाप ने
has taught us to stay in silence.
करके या हमने उनको अपना बना करके,
the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness has made us to belong to Him.
शांति से प्रेम के शक्ति के वाइब्रेशन फैलाने का जो समझ शिक्षा दी है.
And He has taught us to spread the vibrations of peace, happiness.
चारों ओर विश्व में फैलाएं.
So our task is to spread these vibrations.
इसलिए अपने अंदर की स्थिति को डिटैच,
so make your stage detached.
ऐसी सेवाओं के लिए कल्याण भावना, श्रेष्ठ भावना
and have elevated thoughts and good wishes and do such services.
सब बातों से न्यारे परमात्मा से प्यार की शक्ति ले.
Get detached from everyone's attitude, all other attitudes and vibrations, and get attached to Baba. Receive Baba's love and spread this love to everyone.
स्वयं की सेवा, जहाँ रहते हैं स्थान, जिस स्थान में, इसलिए मधुबन का वायुमंडल सारे विश्व में देखेंगे इस स्थान का कितना पावरफुल है.
The vibrations in Madhuban is so powerful.
जो सदाई इस मधुबन के वायुमंडल में परमात्मा बाप ने जो ब्रह्मा बाबा के कर्म भूमि, चरित्र भूमि, तपस्वी भूमि.
This is a land of actions of Brahma Baba. It is a land of tapasya.
तो यही हमारे चरित्र में, कर्म में.
So when we are here, we remember Brahma Baba's actions and tapasya, and we also try to become like him. And then there is strength in the soul. The strength is filled in the soul.
ये एक परमात्मा बाप की तरफ से अपने लिए स्थिति ऐसी हो.
Let the stage be such that
हलचल में होते अचल डोल रहे हैं.
Let it be stable whilst confronting the upheavals.
और साथ साथ शुभ श्रेष्ठ कल्याण भावना वाले वृत्ति दृष्टि से
and through the elevated drishti and attitude, we need to cooperate. Our task is to cooperate with others with the most elevated attitude and drishti. What does Baba say to us? Let your remembrance be unaltruistic. The intellect will wander, but remove all of them. The intellect will go in the relationships of the body. Remove your intellect from there. The intellect will remember the desires, but you need to renounce all the desires. The attitude of renunciation. Disinterest means let there be no interest for any human beings and facilities. When you have renounced once, then you should not take it back. What are you renouncing? We are just renouncing the old and the sinful world, the waste thoughts, waste habits, waste nature. We are renouncing all of them. Disinterest. Let the disinterest be complete. Dadi is saying that I like the English word disinterest for vairag. I don't have interest for it at all. When we don't have interest, then there is no pull. But now I have interest in studies and in earning the income. Every day ask within yourself, what is your interest? Here we have the inheritance. We will get the inheritance for 21 births. Yesterday Baba told that each word is worth more than hundreds and thousands of rupees. We have a lot of income through this study. When we know this value, then we automatically get disinterest from all other things.
कमाई करते हैं ना, इतना कमाई करे, इतनी कमाई जमा हो.
Let our income accumulate so much that throughout our life we can move forward with just the interest. Some people earn a lot in the initial days, then later on they just live on the interest. When there is accumulation, only then there is interest. When there is interest, then you earn again.
बाकी सब बातों में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है ना, टाइम ये है ना कमाने का.
Because this is a time to earn and I don't have any other interests.
टाइम ये है तो जितनी स्वयं के लिए पहचान आती है, बाबा की पहचान आती है.
This is a time
उतना समय की पहचान और ज्यादा होती
है. To recognize Baba, and as we recognize Baba deeper, we recognize the time as well.
स्वयं की, बाप की या समय.
Think about it.
तीनों में से पहचान हमारे.
We have recognized the self, we have recognized Baba, and we have recognized the time.
Who am I?
The topic of Youth Forum is Who Am I? Who has, the one who has recognized the time will think about who am I? The time will take us deep. The time and the thoughts. Who am I? And secondly, I belong to
स्वयं
whom?
समय और
Then
बाप
I recognize Baba.
उसमें स्वधर्म की पहचान आ गई.
I have recognized my real, original nature.
फिर घर की याद इतनी आती है, बाबा कहते हैं आए
Then
हो मेरे
I
घर से,
start to
वापस
remember
आओ
my
अपने घर
home.
में.
Baba says, you have come here
आए हो
from
मेरे घर
your
से.
home
और
and
घर
now
की खींच
you
होती
have
है.
to come back to my home.
और घर की खींच में शांत रहना अच्छा लगता है.
When our intellect gets pulled towards our home, we
आवाज
like to be
extra
silent.
जैसे लगता है ये
Extra sound
जरा भी आवाज
doesn't
2 शब्द के बजाय 3 शब्द भी होंगे ना, अच्छे नहीं लगेंगे.
inspire us, or we don't like to come in extra sound.
10 शब्दों की बात 2 शब्दों में भले करो. 2
When
शब्दों
you
के
have to
3
speak 2
शब्दों में भी
words,
अच्छे नहीं लगेंगे.
speak 2 words. Don't speak 3 words in the place of 2 words.
कि स्वयं समय बाप की पहचाने घर की खींच बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं.
Recognition of the self, recognition of Baba and
समेटने
time
समाने की
has
शक्ति बड़ा अच्छा काम करने लग पड़ी
made
है.
us to pull towards home.
देखते ना इसको घर जाना है तो दोनों शक्तियां बेचारी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है.
When I think of going back home, then our pause increases.
पूछती भी नहीं है ये समेटूं या समाऊं या ना, अपने आप काम
Especially the
करती है.
2 powers, power to withdraw and
जो
power
कोई
to pack
साथी
up,
अच्छा अपने आप
works
बिना
well.
पूछे काम करता है ना, प्यारा लगता है.
When these 2 powers start to work within,
तो घर
then
जाना है
I
मेरे
start to
को.
like it.
समय कहता है अभी
When I have to
मैं
go back
जा रहा
home,
हूँ वापस,
these
तो
2
मैं समय तो
powers
वापस आने वाला
work.
नहीं है. जो कमाई का समय है,
This is a
ये
time
कमाई
to
में बिजी है.
earn.
अच्छा समेटने समाने में वो अपना काम जल्दी करता चले. तो देखा गया है समेटने समाने का काम अच्छा होता जा रहा है तो वो भी टाइम बच जाता है बहुत.
When these 2
कर्मातीत
powers
स्थिति
work
को
well,
पाने में
then we
फिर
can,
क्वेश्चन उठता है कर्मातीत पहले बने
when we
या संपन्न
attain
पहले बने.
Karmatit stage very soon. And then the question comes, do we have to become complete first
जो इतना
or
खजाना
Karmatit
मिला है
first?
बाबा का वो संपन्न होगा.
The treasure store that we have received
ज्ञान
from
प्रेम
Baba,
आनंद
if we are full with
संपन्न
all these
होगी.
treasure stores, the treasure store of peace, happiness, bliss,
कर्मातीत अवस्था कोई भी हिसाब किताब ही नहीं.
then
पुराने तो
gradually
खलास हो
we
गए,
become
अभी भी
Karmatit and
श्रेष्ठ
all the
कर्म के
bondages
फल से भविष्य भी जमा.
become finished.
अभी भी कर्तापन के भान से परे.
Even now, whilst doing our actions, we have to
मैंने किया
go
या मुझे
beyond the
करना है,
consciousness
सब भान
of
से परे
a
किया,
doer.
उसका वर्णन करे.
I am the one who's doing, I am doing
करना
that,
है
I am
उसका
doing this,
पूरा
and we,
सोच करे.
when we
सब
start
भान
to
से
explain
परे.
about this, speak about this, and we think about it, then we are entangled in
तो
that
कर्मातीत
consciousness.
स्थिति का ये अभी जीवन में अनुभव करें तो जैसे लगेगा
When I start to practice
बाबा से मुक्ति,
Karmatit stage,
अनेक पुरानी बातों से मुक्ति,
then we
और
start
यहाँ
to get
रहते हुए
liberated
जीवन
from
मुक्ति
all the
वर्षे में मिली है.
other
बाबा
things, all the
मीठा
waste
बाबा
things, and we
वर्षा
start
दे
to
रहे हो.
experience
और वर्षा
the
देने
stage of
के लिए
Jivan
मुझे
Mukti, the stage of
लायक बनना
fruition
है.
in life.
बाबा कहता है मेरे बच्चे हो.
Baba says, children, you
तो
belong to
लौकिक
me.
में तो लड़ाई करके वर्षा ले लेंगे.
In Laukic world,
यहाँ ऐसे वर्षा
the
नहीं ले
brothers,
सकते. लायक बन करके वर्षा
they
ले सकते.
quarrel among themselves and they take the inheritance of the property. But here, we need to,
बाप है.
we can claim the inheritance whilst
अलौकिक परलौकिक
staying in
दोनों ये
silence.
बाप इकट्ठे हैं.
Here, Alaukik and Paralaukic Father are together.
परलौक कहता है विदेही बनो.
Paralaukic Father says,
अलौकिक
become
कहता
bodiless.
कहता है साधारणता में नहीं आओ. लौकिक
Alaukic Father says
साधारणता को
that
छोड़
do not
करके
become ordinary,
अलौकिकता हो तो
let
दिव्यता
there
आए.
be Alaukic. let your actions be alaukic so that it will be divinized. There will be divinity. And when there is divinity, we can spread the vibrations of peace and good wishes by being an angel. Only the eyes would do this, the task of spreading these vibrations. What is the last stage? Angels do not use much of their mouth or ears or any other organs. They just work through their eyes. Through the power of knowledge and yoga, the hands and legs work like wings. Not just one hand. One hand depicts blessings and two hands depicts wings.
सर्व संबंध की शक्ति जो परमात्मा से खींच के फरिश्ता रूप की स्थिति जो बनी ना, वो सबको ऐसा सहारा दे.
The angelic stage that we attain by absorbing all the powers from Baba, that through that stage we can help others. Angel means
अपने देश कोई रिश्ता रहना ही उसका स्थान ही ऊपर है.
Angel's position is always up above. He doesn't have relationship with anyone. Subtle world is in between the corporeal world and the soul world.
सूर्य चंद्रमा के इस पारी वो अपना काम करते हैं.
The angels work below the sun, moon and the stars. They don't go beyond them, because above that is the soul's world. The work of the angels is the task of the angels is to give vibrations. This is a task that the sun, moon and the stars can't do. The angels always live between the corporeal world and the sun, moon and the stars.
परलौकिक बाप ने अलौकिक और परलौकिक से भी बीच में रखा. समझ रहे हो ना?
The alaukic Father and the Paralaukic Father has made us to stay in between. When there is the finishing of the old year and the starting of the new year, one or the other natural calamities happen.
जैसे किसी को भी दुख में ऊपर नजर जाए ना, तो कोई हमारे सहायक है.
When anyone's eyes go up above with the sorrowful heart, then let them experience that there is someone up above to help them. Someone is there to help me.
एक परमात्मा तक नहीं बुद्धि जा सके तो पर practically,
even if their intellect is not able to go till God, let the angels help them.
ऐसी सतो प्रधान आत्माएं निराकारी और साकारी दुनिया से, निराकारी से रहने वाले हैं वहाँ के.
Sattva-pradhan souls are so detached that they always reside in the soul's world, and they are detached from this corporeal world, and they are always in the angelic form to help others. Even the deities can't do this task. In the divine world, there is no such sorrow. In the golden age, there is no such sorrow. It is in the Iron Age that people experience sorrow. And at that time, people need pure vibrations, good wishes.
दुखियों का दुख दूर करने के लिए.
And they work to remove the sorrow of the people.
तो जैसे दुख की न्यूज़ चारों तरफ दुनिया में देखने को मिलती है, हमारा दिल करता है समझो जैसे हमारे मीडिया वाले यहाँ से फ़ौरन ये न्यूज़ भी पहुँचाते रहे.
Whenever anything happens in any corner of the world, the people of media give information through to the entire world. Media persons spread this information to the entire world. Let us give sympathy through the cooperation of everyone.
अभी लिख करके ऐसा होवे सब तरफ से न्यूज़.
That is asking Maureen Ben and Dennis Ben to write the news to the end to everyone.
मीठे बच्चे,
Baba says, sweet children,
शुभ कार्य में देरी नहीं करनी है.
do not delay in performing an auspicious task.
अपने भाई बहनों को अभी बाबा ब्राह्मण परिवार के लिए बात करता है.
And Baba is speaking to the Brahmin family now.
अपने बहन भाइयों को ठोकर खाने से बचाना है.
Save your brothers and sisters from stumbling.
भूम भूम कर
Buzz knowledge to them.
देखे ना कोई थोड़ा नीचे ऊपर हो रहा है, भूम भूम कर
When we see anyone in
आप समान
upheaval,
बनाना है.
buzz knowledge to them and make them equal to yourselves.
ये भी बूम बूम करने की भी एक शुभ भावना एक दो के प्रति.
When we have good wishes for each other, then we buzz knowledge to them.
अच्छा, प्रश्न.
Question:
किस बात का अनर्थ होने से
by which aspect becoming meaningless
भारत कौड़ी मिसल बन गया है?
by which aspect becoming meaningless has Bharat become like a shell?
सबसे बड़ा अनर्थ हुआ है.
Answer: the biggest loss of meaning is that
गीता के स्वामी को भूल
people have forgotten the Lord of the
गीता
Gita
ज्ञान से जन्म लेने वाले बच्चे
and
को
called the child who takes birth through the knowledge of Gita the
स्वामी
Lord.
कह दिया है.
They have called him the Lord.
इसी एक अनर्थ के कारण सभी बाप
Because
से
of
बेमुख
this
हो गए हैं.
misunderstanding, everyone has turned away from the Father.
भारत कौड़ी तुल्य बन गया है.
Bharat has become like a shell.
अब तुम बच्चे बाप से
Your
सन्मुख
children
में
are now
सच्ची गीता सुन रहे हो.
listening to the true Gita personally from the Father.
जिस गीता ज्ञान से ही
And it is with the knowledge of this Gita
देवी देवता धर्म
that the deity
स्थापन
religion
होता है.
is being established.
और तुम श्री कृष्ण के समान बनते हो.
You become
कृष्ण ने
equal
गीता
to
नहीं
Sri
सुनाई.
Krishna. Sri Krishna did
तुम
not
कृष्ण के समान बनते हो.
speak Gita, but
गीत
you become
किसने ये
equal
सब
to
खेल
Sri
रचाया?
Krishna.
हमारा पुराना
Song,
पुराना
you created this play and hid
अपने आप
himself
सभी कुछ
away.
करके अपना आप छिपाया.
He did everything and hid himself away.
ओम शांति.
Om
ब्राह्मण
Shanti.
कुलभूषण बच्चे समझ गए हैं.
The children who are the decoration of the Brahmin clan have
ब्राह्मण
understood
कुलभूषण
that
बच्चे समझ गए हैं कि बरोबर हमको
They have
स्वर्ग में
understood that
बहुत अपरम अपार सुख थे.
they truly had limitless happiness in heaven.
हम बहुत खुशी में थे.
We were very happy then.
हम जीवात्माएं स्वर्ग में बहुत मस्ती में थे.
We living beings were very intoxicated
हुआ?
in heaven. Then what happened?
रंग रूप की माया करके चटकी.
Colorful Maya came and clung
रंग
to
और
us.
रूप की माया
Colorful and a
आकर
beautiful
चटकी.
form of Maya came
विकारों के
and clung to
कारण
us.
ही
It is
इसको
because of the
नरक कहा
vices
जाता है.
that this is called hell.
नरक तो सारा ही है.
This whole world is hell.
सारा ही नरक है।
The whole world is hell.
माया चटकी रूप और रंग।
The beautiful form and colorful
अब ये
Maya
जो भ्रमरी का मिसाल
has
देते
made
हैं,
this into hell. The example of the
भ्रमरी और
buzzing moth
ब्रह्मणी,
is given. The work of the
दोनों का
buzzing moth,
काम एक का है।
Brahmari and Brahmin teachers, is the
भ्रमरी
same.
और ब्रह्मणी, दोनों का
Brahmari
काम एक
and
है। भ्रमरी का
Brahmin
मिसाल तुम्हारे
teachers.
ऊपर है।
The
भ्रमरी
example
कीड़े को
of
ले
the buzzing
जाती
moth
है,
is based upon you.
घर बना कर
The
उसमें
buzzing
कीड़े डाल
moth
देती है।
takes insects,
वहाँ का रख
makes a home, and puts the
एक
insects
भ्रमरी
in that.
का घर है।
It creates a home and then
ला
puts the
करके रख
insects
देती
in
है,
it.
डाल दे। यह भी नरक है, सब कीड़े
This
हैं।
too is hell. All
और
are
सब
like
कीड़े देवी
insects.
देवता धर्म वाले नहीं है।
However, not
क्वालिटी को लेके
all
आते हैं।
aspects belong to the deity clan.
सब कीड़े देवी देवता धर्म वाले नहीं है। जो भी धर्म वाले हैं सब नरकवासी कीड़े
Whatever
हैं।
religion they belong
ये
to,
शब्द
they
किसी
are,
को सुनाएंगे तो क्या
they are
समझेंगे?
all insects
पर
who
हम
are
जानते हैं,
residents of hell. If we
हम भी थे।
read this to other religions,
देवी
what will they
देवता धर्म
think?
के कीड़े कौन है?
Baba says, who are
ये
the
कैसे
insects of
पता
the deity
पड़े?
religion? How can you
ये
tell that
ब्रह्मावंशी
these are the
ब्राह्मणियां
Brahmins
हैं
of the
जो
Brahm,
बैठ भूम
of the
भूम
clan
करती
of
है।
Brahma who sit and
जो
buzz
देवता
knowledge?
धर्म के होंगे वो ठहर सकेंगे।
Only those who belong to the deity
जो नहीं
religion
होंगे ठहरेंगे
will be
नहीं।
able to stay here. Those who don't belong to this clan will not be able to stay here.
नरकवासी कीड़े तो सभी है।
All are insects, residents of hell.
सन्यासी भी यही कहते हैं।
Even sannyasis say that.
क्या कहते हैं सन्यासी?
What do they say?
कि नरक का यह सुख काकविष्टा समान
This
है।
happiness of hell
काकविष्टा
is
समान
like the droppings of a crow.
उनको ये पता नहीं है।
They don't know that
स्वर्ग में अथाह सुख था।
there is limitless happiness in heaven.
यहाँ पर 5% है सुख।
Here there is 5%
95% है दुख।
happiness and 95% sorrow.
तो इसको कोई स्वर्ग नहीं कहा जाएगा।
Therefore, this would not be called heaven.
स्वर्ग में तो दुख की बात ही नहीं है।
There is no question of sorrow in heaven.
यहाँ तो अनेक धर्म,
Here,
अनेक
there
शास्त्र
are innumerable
तथा
scriptures,
अनेक मतें हो
innumerable
गई है।
religions, and innumerable directions.
स्वर्ग में
In
तो
heaven,
एक ही अद्वैत देवता मत है।
there is a one
अद्वैत।
undivided direction of the
यहाँ द्वैत
deities.
नहीं है। देवता मत है, एक ही धर्म है।
There is just the one religion there.
तो तुम हो ब्राह्मणिया,
You are Brahmins.
ब्राह्मण ब्राह्मणिया, हाँ। तुम भूम भूम करते हो।
You buzz knowledge,
फिर जो इस धर्म के हैं वह ठहर जाते हैं।
and then those who belong to this religion will stay here.
अनेक प्रकार के हैं
There are many types.
दुनिया में, अनेक प्रकार। कोई नेचर को मानते हैं,
Some believe in nature,
बस कुदरत नेचर ही है। कोई
Nature
साइंस को
everywhere.
मानते हैं,
some believe in science,
कोई कहते हैं ये सृष्टि तो कल्पना मात्र है।
and some say that this world is just an imagination.
ऐसे वार्तालाप यहाँ चलते हैं।
Such conversations only take place here in the Iron Age,
सत्युग में ये नहीं चलता है।
not in the Golden Age.
ये बेहद का बाप
The unlimited Father sits here and says to his children through the lotus mouth of Prajapita Brahma.
अभी क्या समझाते हैं?
What does he explain?
ये तो अनेक मत, अनेक बातें हैं। तुम मेरे पास थे,
You
पर
were
मेरे
with
पास
me,
आना है।
and you now have to come back to me.
तुम मेरे पास थे,
You were with me, and you now have to come back to
इसमें
me.
शास्त्रों की तो बात ही नहीं है।
The question of scriptures doesn't arise in this.
याद दिलाता है तुम मेरे पास थे।
Baba reminds us that you were with me, and now you have to come back to me.
क्राइस्ट तथा बुद्ध आते हैं,
When Christ and Buddha
वह भी
came,
आकर सुनाते हैं।
they too relate something.
उस समय तो शास्त्र का प्रश्न उठ न
There is
सके।
no question of the scripture at that time.
क्राइस्ट बाइबल पढ़ता था क्या?
Did Christ study the Bible?
हाँ? जब क्राइस्ट आया है तो क्या बाइबल पढ़ता था क्या?
When Christ came, was he studying the
बाइबल का तो
Bible?
प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता।
The question of the Bible doesn't arise at that time.
बाप कहते बच्चे,
The father says, children,
कितनी स्पष्ट बात बाबा सुना रहा है। हाँ?
Baba is saying it
तो
so
अपनी
clearly.
हालत तो आकर के देखो क्या
Children,
हुआ है।
look at your condition.
माया रावण ने तुम्हारी कैसी हालत कर दी है।
Look at the condition Maya Ravan has made you into.
समझते भी है
You understand that
कि हम आसुरी रावण संप्रदाय के हैं।
you are the devilish community of Ravan.
रावण को जलाते हैं पर जलता नहीं
They
है।
burn an effigy of Ravan, but he doesn't burn.
रावण का जलाना बंद कभी होगा?
When will the burning of Ravan end?
मनुष्यों को पता ही नहीं है।
People don't know this.
जलाना बंद कभी होगा? पता ही नहीं है। तुम वो ईश्वरी दैवी संप्रदाय,
You are the godly deity community.
तुम बच्चे हो हमारे।
You are my children.
अभी देखो कितना बाप चुन के, तुम बच्चे हो हमारे।
Baba said so
अब फिर
sweetly
मैं
that
आया
you
हूँ
are my
तुम बच्चों
children.
को राजयोग
I
सिखाने
have
के
come
लिए।
once again to teach you
अभी
children
किसको ये
Raj
feeling
Yoga.
आती है? बाबा मेरा वो कहता है,
Who
तुम
gets
हो
the feeling
हमारे, मैं तुमको राजयोग
that
सिखाने आया हूँ। हाथ तो उठाओ।
who
दिल
who
में
says
बाबा
that
की आवाज लग
they
रही
belong
है।
to Baba and
मैं आया
Baba
हूँ।
belongs to me?
ये भाग क्यों नहीं हाथ उठाती है? ये भाग है ना?
Why is Bhagwan not
तुम्हारे
lifting
बाजू
her
में
hand?
हाथ क्यों नहीं उठाती है?
Don't you have the feeling of I belong to Baba and Baba belong to me?
भाई इस लग गया अंदर में। बाबा कहता है तुम वो हमारे,
Baba says you belong to me.
मैं आया हूँ तुमको राजयोग सिखाने।
I have come
समझ
here
रहे हैं,
to
मैं
teach
बाबा
you
का
Raj
हूँ।
Yoga.
वही
And we
सीखते हैं
also
घर से।
consider that we belong to
अनेक
Baba.
धर्म है,
Only they
उनमें
can
से
learn
निकालने
Raj
में
Yoga.
अनेक धर्म
Baba
है।
says there are
उनमें से निकालने
innumerable
में
religions.
कितनी मेहनत लगती है
It
बाप
takes
को।
so much effort to remove them from those.
अनेक धर्म, अनेक मत, अनेक ये
There
उसमें
are
से निकालने में
many
बाप को कितनी मेहनत
religions,
लगती
many
है।
sects, many
गीता
directions,
भी कहाँ से
and it
आई?
takes time to remove them from those. Where did the
आदि
Gita
सनातन
come
धर्म
from?
जो था,
Where did the signs of the
उनकी
original eternal
निशानियाँ कहाँ से
deity
निकली?
religion come from? Which
जो
the
कि ऋषियों
rishis
मुनियों ने बैठ बनाई,
and munis sat and created,
जो अब तक सुनते आए हैं। वेद किसने गाए?
and of which you have been hearing
वेदों
even
का भी
now.
बाप कौन है?
Who sung the Vedas? Who is the
बाप
father of the
कहते हैं,
Vedas?
गीता
The
का
father
भगवान मैं
says,
हूँ।
I am the God of the Gita.
गीता माता रची शिव बाबा ने। गीता माता है,
Shiv Baba created
उसका
the Mother
रचयिता शिव
Gita.
बाबा है।
Gita was
उसने
created by
जन्म
Shiv
लिया,
Baba,
उससे जन्म लिया कृष्ण ने।
and Krishna took birth through
कृष्ण
that.
है बच्चा, गीता है
Krishna
माँ,
is a
शिव है
child,
बाप।
Gita is a mother, and Shiv Baba is a father.
उनके साथ राधे आज सब आ जाते हैं।
Radha, etc., are all included with him.
पहले है ब्राह्मण।
First of all, there are Brahmins.
तुम बच्चों को निश्चय है,
Your children have the faith.
अभी दूसरी बात सुन लो। तुम बच्चों को निश्चय है,
The second
वह
point that Baba
हमारा
is speaking
most
of,
beloved बाप
your
है।
children have the faith that this one is our most beloved father.
हमारा most beloved बाप है।
Gita is a mother,
जिसको सब
and
कहते
Shiv
हैं,
Baba
"Oh
is our
God,
most
Father."
beloved father, to whom everyone
रहम
says,
करो।
Oh God, the Father, have mercy.
भगवान पुकारते हैं कि कैसे दुख
Devotees
से
call
छूटे।
out, How can we be liberated from sorrow?
अगर भगवान सर्वव्यापी हो,
If God is omnipresent,
फिर पुकारने की कोई बात ही
there
नहीं
is
है।
no need to call
प्रार्थना
out.
काहे की?
Why do we pray
सर्वव्यापी
then?
है तो पुकार को।
When God is omnipresent,
मुख्य
there is no
है
need
गीता
to
की
pray
बात।
or call out. The main aspect
कितने
is that
यज्ञ
of the
रचते
Gita.
हैं।
People create so many sacrificial
अब
fires,
तुम
etc.
ऐसे पर्चे छपाओ,
You should now have such leaflets printed.
अब कितना अनर्थ हो गया है.
Everything is so meaningless now.
जहाँ तहाँ देखो गीता लिखते रहते.
Wherever you look, they continue to write the Gita.
गीता किसने रची?
Who has created the Gita?
किसने गाई?
Who sung it?
गीता किसने रची?
Who created the
किसने
Gita?
गाई?
Who sung it?
कब गाई?
When it was sung?
किसने बनाई फिर?
Who made it?
गीता किसने रची, किसने
Who
गाई,
created the
कब
Gita?
गाई,
Who sung it?
किसने
When it
बनाई?
was sung? Or who made it?
कुछ पता नहीं है.
They don't know anything of these things.
श्री कृष्ण का भी यथार्थ परिचय नहीं है.
They don't even have the accurate introduction
बस
of
कह
Shri
देते
Krishna.
जब देखो
They simply
सर्वव्यापी
say,
कृष्ण ही कृष्ण
wherever
है.
I look, I only see the omnipresent Shri
राधे
Krishna
के भगत
everywhere.
कहेंगे राधे
The
राधे है.
devotees of Radhe would say that
कृष्ण के
they
भगत
only
कहेंगे
see
कृष्ण ही कृष्ण, राधे के
omnipresent
भगत
Radhe
राधे है.
Radhe. Radhe is everywhere.
एक निराकार परमात्मा कोई कहें तो भी ठीक है.
If they were to say this of
सबको
just
क्यों
one
सर्वव्यापी कर दिया है?
incorporeal supreme soul, that would be okay. Why do
गणेश
they
के लिए
say
भी
that
कहेंगे
all are
सर्वव्यापी है.
omnipresent? They even say that Ganesh is omnipresent.
एक ही मथुरा के शहर में
In just the one city of Mathura,
कोई कहेंगे श्री कृष्ण
someone would say
सर्वव्यापी
that
है,
Shri
कोई
Krishna
कहेंगे
is
राधे
omnipresent,
सर्वव्यापी है.
and someone would say that the Radhe is omnipresent.
कितनी मूंज हो गई है.
There is so much confusion.
एक की मत न मिले दूसरे से.
No two opinions are the same.
एक ही घर में बाप का गुरु अलग तो बच्चे का
In the
अलग.
one home, the guru of the father would be different from the guru of the child.
वास्तव में गुरु किया जाता है
In
वानप्रस्थ
fact,
में.
gurus are adopted in the age of retirement.
तो बाप भी कहते हैं
The father says,
मैं आया हूँ इनके वानप्रस्थ
I
अवस्था
too
में. तो
have
फिर माँ
come
बाबा का
in this
वानप्रस्थ
one's
अवस्था.
stage of retirement, Brahma Baba's stage of
जिसने
retirement.
जो कहा वह कहने लग पड़ते हैं.
In the world, the greater the guru,
जितना जो बड़ा गुरु होता है उनको इतना नशा रहता है.
in the world, the greater the guru, the more intoxication he has.
बड़ा गुरु है जिसके बहुत फॉलोअर्स है उनको इतना नशा रहता है उसका बैठना.
When he has lot of
मैंने बहुत
followers,
देखी है.
the gurus will also have that intoxication. I have
ऐसे
seen
पूछा था,
them.
शिमला में चलेंगे. मैंने कहा शिमला में गई थी.
One guru
खास
had
हमारा
asked me, will you
बूढ़ा
come to
सिंह था.
Simla? I had gone to
उसकी
Simla.
शक्ल तो जैसे गुरु नानक जैसी थी बिल्कुल.
There was a guru, his
समझ में
face
आता
was
था, इतना
like
उसको
Guru
मानते
Nanak.
थे.
He used to come to
लाहौर में
Sindh.
था आश्रम पर, शिमले में
Many
रहता
people
था.
would follow him.
बोलता कुछ भी नहीं था.
He used to go to Simla and Lahore
हम
as
जब
well.
उनके सामने बैठते थे,
He
भजन
would
गाते थे.
never speak anything. We used to sit in front of him and we used to
मतलब
sing
ये
the
मूर्ति
bhajan.
है, भगवान का रूप है.
And we used to say that he is an embodiment of God, is
लेकिन भक्ति में भी
is an
अंधश्रद्धा की
incarnation of
भावना.
God.
पर भाषना आती थी, मूर्ति है.
We used to
और
get the
सुनने कुछ
feeling
बोलता था.
of an
एकदम
image.
शक्ल गुरु नानक जैसी थी.
His face was
कहाँ
like Guru
से
Nanak.
कहाँ, लाहौर,
He would
लाहौर,
never speak.
शिमला. तो उसके आगे जाकर बैठ जाना.
He used to go around Simla, Lahore and Sindh. We just used to go and sit in front
तो
of him.
उनके साधारण कोई चेले नहीं थे.
And his disciples were no
ऐसे साईं
ordinary
बाबा
ones.
बोलता कुछ नहीं था.
Even Sai Baba would never
मैर
speak.
बाबा कुछ नहीं बोलता था.
Even Meher Baba would never speak.
मैर बाबा तो कुछ नहीं बोलता था, मौन में रहता था.
He used to be in silence.
तो मौन में रहने वाले में भी शक्ल में
When
आती है.
one observes silence, their face sparkles.
जितना जो बड़ा गुरु होता है उनको
Baba
उतना
says,
नशा रहता
in the
है.
world, the greater the guru, the more
वाली वाला
intoxication he
बाबा
has.
देखा था मैंने, जो सदा ही रेत पर सोता था.
And there was one guru who used to just sleep on sand.
तो सोना उठना बैठना रेती पर.
He used to do everything on the sand.
गर्मी हो तो हाँ,
If it's
सर्दी
hot
हो तो रेती ठंडी होती है.
or if it's cold, he used to just sleep on the sand. Even he never spoke. Those people have that intoxication. Baba says Adidev has also been given the name Mahavir. They even call Hanuman Mahavir. You Shiv Shaktis are Mahavirs. Adidev is called Mahavir and also Hanuman is Mahavir. But Baba says, you Shiv Shaktis are Mahavirs. In the Dilwara temple, the Shaktis are shown riding a lion and the Pandavas are shown riding an elephant. The temple is full of meaning. It is your identical memorial. You would not be in existence at the time of your picture to be used. The temples were created in the Copper Age. And so, where could your pictures have come from? You do service at this time. All of those things refer to the present time. They created the scriptures later. If we were not to mention the name of the Gita, they would say, we don't know which new religion this is. This requires so much effort. Those people simply establish a religion in this world. The Father is preparing you for the new world. Those people simply establish a religion in this world. The Father is preparing you for the new religion, new world. The Father says, no one else can carry out the task that I do. I have to make all the impure ones pure. I now have to give a warning to your children. Everything in Bharat is without a meaning. And this is why Bharat has become like a shell. The father gave birth to Krishna through the mother Gita. Whereas those people have made Krishna the Lord of the Gita. The Lord of the Gita is in fact Shiva. He gave birth to Krishna through the Gita. Baba is giving beautiful titles to everyone. We got the title of Mahavir and now another one. All of you are Sanjays. What do you have to do with the power that we have received from Baba? Baba says you are Sanjays, and the one giving you this knowledge is Shiv Baba, who is the creator of the ancient deity religion. Wisdom is required to write all of these things. We are taking birth through the Krishna, through the Gita. We are taking birth through the Gita. Mama will become Radhe and this one will become Krishna. These are incognito matters. No one can understand the birth of Brahmins. The matter is between Krishna and the Supreme Soul. Brahma, Krishna and Shiv Baba. These are all deep things. Krishna is a golden age prince, Shiv Baba is a resident of the incorporeal world, and Brahma is of the corporeal world. Very wise people are needed to understand these things, and those are Sanjays. We need a very wise people. We want wise people. The intellect of those who have full yoga will continue to become like a philosopher's stone. The intellect starts to transform from the Iron Age intellect to the Golden Age intellect. Baba says the
भटकने
intellect of
वाले की
those
बुद्धि
who
में
have
ये
full
ठहर न
yoga
सके।
will continue to become like a philosopher's stone. This cannot stay
बाबा
in a
तुम बच्चों
wandering
को
intellect.
कितनी ऊंची नाले दे रहे
Baba
हैं,
is showing you
जब
children
तक
elevated
पता
knowledge.
नहीं बुद्धि एक भटकी हुई है, चटकी हुई है, लटकी हुई है।
There are three types of intellects. The one wandering intellect,
हर एक अपने आप को देखे,
one who has
भटकी हुई,
attachment,
चटकी हुई, लटकी हुई,
and who is hanging.
और
The intellect
अटकी हुई।
which is hanging or which is entangled.
इसलिए बाबा हमेशा कहते बुद्धि सालिम चाहिए।
That is why Baba says you need to have a
चटके,
very clear intellect so that it doesn't wander or it doesn't get entangled or it doesn't get hung. It doesn't get stuck anywhere.
उसको भगवान कितना चेंज कर रहा है हमारी बुद्धि को।
Baba is transforming our intellects.
इतना हमारा बाप हमारी बुद्धि को तमो प्रधान से तमो, तमो से रजो, रजो से सतो, सतो से सतो प्रधान।
Baba is transforming our intellect from the tamo pradhan to tamo, tamo to rajo, and rajo to sato
भटकने
pradhan.
वाले की बुद्धि में ये ठहर न सके।
Baba says
बच्चों को
this
कितनी
cannot
ऊंची
stay
नाले
in a
दे रहे
wandering
हैं।
intellect. Baba is showing you
विद्यार्थी
children
अपनी बुद्धि
elevated
भी
knowledge.
चलाते तो है ना।
Students also use their intellect.
तो अभी बैठ करके लिखो।
So now sit and write this.
शुभ कार्य में देरी नहीं करनी
One
चाहिए।
mustn't delay in carrying out an auspicious
हम
task.
सागर के बच्चे
You children of the
अपने
ocean
बहन भाइयों को बचावें।
should save our brothers and sisters.
बेचारे ठोकर खाते रहते हैं।
The poor ones are
कहेंगे ब्रह्मा कुमारी
continuously stumbling.
कुछ तो बात होंगी।
The poor ones are continuously stumbling.
रजिया ब्रह्मा कुमार कुमारियाँ इतनी सुनो सुनो सब ध्यान से सुनो।
Okay, pay attention to this.
ब्रह्मा कुमारी तो रजिया मारती होंगी कुछ।
Since BKs proclaim so loudly, there must be something in it. Have hundreds of thousands of leaflets printed and distribute them at the Gita Pathshalas. Bharat is the imperishable land and the most elevated pilgrimage place. People have lost the pilgrimage place of the Father who grants salvation to all, and so His name has to be glorified again. Only Shiva is worthy to be offered flowers. All the rest are wasted. There are many Gita Pathshalas. You can change your costume and go there. Then let them think that you must be a BK. No one else can ask such questions. When Baba was speaking this Murli, I had owned a sari with a border in Bombay. In Bombay, there's a Lakshmi Narayan temple, and the priest knew me. I thought he would not recognize me. And when I spoke, then he said, "You belong to Om Mandali, na?" Dadi had gone to that temple wearing a bordered sari so that they don't recognize her. Then I just smiled. I just asked them, who is God? How do I remember God? He was a big saint. He recognized me. Baba says, even if you change your costume and go there, they will recognize you as a BK. Baba says, Acha, you understand that Shiv Baba sits in the body of Brahma and explains all of these things. The Baba who makes you into masters of heaven has now come here.
जब तक ब्राह्मण न बने तब तक
Until
देवता बन न
you
सके।
become Brahmins, you cannot become deities.
ब्राह्मण कुल देवताओं से भी ऊंच है।
The Brahmin clan is even more elevated than the
सबकी
than
आत्मा
the
पावन
deity
हो रही
clan.
है।
All souls are becoming pure.
तुम फिर नई दुनिया में पुनः जन्म लेंगे।
You will then take rebirth in the new world. अच्छा,
मीठे मीठे
मीठे मीठे सिकिला दे बच्चों प्रति मात पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार और गुड मॉर्निंग। रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते। रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप दादा को नमस्ते।
रात्रि क्लास,
नाइट क्लास,
ये रात्रि क्लास है 69 का।
This night class is of 69,
12 तारीख
12th January 69.
69।
12th January 69. So let us listen to this class.
तुम बच्चे एक बाप के याद में बैठे हो।
You children are sitting in remembrance of the one Father.
एक के याद में रहना,
To stay in remembrance of the one
अव्यभिचारी
is
याद।
called unadulterated remembrance.
अगर यहाँ बैठे भी
If whilst sitting here,
18 जनवरी ये टेप मैं शाम को 7 बजे सुन रही थी।
I was listening to this tape on the 18th January at 7 o'clock
बजे पता चला बाबा के
in the evening, and
ये टेप
at 9:30 I came to know about Baba's
आज
condition.
के रात्रि क्लास की ये डेट देखो, घड़ी याद आई।
When I saw the date, I remembered that moment when I was listening to the tape.
फिर से लाइन शुरू करती हूँ।
I will start it again.
तुम बच्चे एक बाप के याद में बैठ।
You children are sitting in remembrance of the one Father. To stay in remembrance of the one is called unadulterated remembrance.
यहाँ बैठे भी
If whilst sitting here
दूसरे कोई की याद आती
you
है,
remember anyone else,
तो व्यभिचारी याद कहें।
that is called adulterated remembrance.
खाना,
To eat,
पीना,
drink,
रहना एक घर में,
and stay at
याद
home
दूसरे को
with
करना,
someone whilst
ठगी
remembering someone else is cheating.
ध्यान से सुनो। खाना, पीना,
Okay, pay attention
रहना एक
and listen. To eat, drink, and stay at home with someone whilst remembering someone else is cheating.
भक्ति भी जब तक एक शिव बाबा की करते हैं,
Devotion too
तब तक
is
अव्यभिचारी
unadulterated whilst you are
औरों को याद
worshipping
करना,
Shiv Baba alone.
भक्ति भी व्यभिचारी
And then to remember others is
हो।
adulterated
तुम बच्चों
devotion.
को ज्ञान मिला है।
You children have now received knowledge.
एक बाप
The one Father
कितनी कमाल करता है।
performs such wonders.
हमको विश्व का मालिक बनाता है।
He makes us into the masters of the world.
तो उस एक कोई याद करना चाहिए।
So we should remember that one alone.
मेरा तो एक।
Mine is one alone.
परंतु बच्चे कहते हैं
However, children say
शिव
that
बाबा की याद भूल जाते।
they forget to remember Shiv Baba.
वाह।
Wonderful.
भक्ति मार्ग में तो तुम कहते थे
On the path of devotion, you used to say that
हम एक की भक्ति करेंगे,
you would worship only one.
वही पतित पावन है,
He alone is purifier.
और तो कोई को पतित पावन नहीं
No one
कहा
else
जाता।
can be called the purifier.
वही ऊंचते ऊंच है।
Only the one is called this.
अभी तो भक्ति की बात ही नहीं है।
He alone is the highest on high. There is now no question of devotion.
बच्चों को ज्ञान है,
Children have knowledge.
ज्ञान सागर को याद करना।
You have to remember the ocean of knowledge.
भक्ति मार्ग में कहते हैं आप आएंगे तो
On the
हम
path
आपको
of
याद
devotion,
करेंगे।
they say, when you come, we will remember you
तो
alone.
ये बातें याद करनी चाहिए।
Therefore, you should remember those things. Or am I
एक
remembering
बाप
my
से दिल
friends and
लगानी है।
relatives? You have to attach your
अगर
heart
दिल और
to the
तरफ
one
गई,
Father. If your heart goes towards
दिल
anyone
और तरफ
else,
गई तो वो याद व्यभिचारी हो
it
गई।
becomes adulterated remembrance.
भक्ति में यहाँ व्यभिचारी शब्द बहुत बुरा माना जाता था.
On the path of devotion, the word adulterated is considered to be very wrong. It is like an abuse. Anyone's attitude and drishti should not become adulterated. Baba says, constantly remember me alone. When you will have deity relatives there. In the new world, you will have all new relations. Therefore, you have to check who am I remembering? The father says, remember me, the Parlokik Father. I alone am the purifier. Try to remove your intellect's yoga from everyone else and remember the Father. The more you remember Him, the more your sins will be cut away. It isn't that however much I remember Baba, He will remember me to the same extent. The Father doesn't have to cut away any sins. You are now sitting here in order to become pure. Shiv Baba is also here. He doesn't have a body of his own. He has taken this one on loan. You have promised the Father, Baba, when you come, we will belong to you and become the masters of the new world. Continue to ask your heart. You know that the link of your intellect's yoga repeatedly breaks from the Father. The Father knows that the link will be broken and that you will then remember Him and then the link will be broken again. Children make efforts number-wise. If you stay in remembrance very well, you can come in this dynasty. Continue to check yourself. Keep a diary. Where did my intellect's yoga go throughout the day? Then the Father will explain to you. The mind and intellect of the soul run everywhere. The mind and intellect in the soul will wander. The Father says, when they run everywhere, there is loss experienced. There is much benefit in remembering me. There is only loss in everything else. You have to remember the one main one. You have to be cautious with yourself. There is benefit at every step, there is loss at every step. There is benefit at every step, there is loss at every step. For 84 births, you remembered bodily beings and experienced nothing but loss. Day by day, 5,000 years have gone by. Day by day, 5,000 years have gone by, and there has been loss all the time. Now, stay in the remembrance of the Father and experience profit. There's so much of loss, and do we have to remember? Do we want to remember the bodily beings again? You have to churn the ocean of knowledge in this way and extract the jewels of knowledge. Stay in remembrance of the Father with concentration. stay in remembrance of the Father
कई
with
बच्चों को
concentration.
कौड़ियाँ कमाने की
Some
चिंता
children
बहुत
are
रहती है।
worried about earning shells.
माया धंधे आदि के भी विचार
Maya
ले
makes
आती
them
है।
think of their business, etc.
धनवान को तो बहुत विचार आते हैं,
Wealthy
बाबा क्या
ones
करें?
have many thoughts.
बाबा का कितना धंधा अच्छा था,
What can Baba do? Baba had such a good business.
धक्के खाने की दरकार नहीं थी।
He didn't need
धंधे
to
में भी
stumble around
कोई
in the
व्यापारी
business.
आता था,
When a
मैं
businessman
पूछता था,
came,
तुम
Baba would
व्यापारी हो
ask
या
him,
एजेंट हो?
"Are you a businessman or an agent?"
हिस्ट्री सुना ली थोड़ी अपनी। तुम्हें धंधा आदि करते बुद्धि का योग बाप से रखना है।
Whilst doing your business, you have to connect your intellect's yoga to the
किसका बुद्धि
Father,
योग पूरा बाबा से रहूंगा।
whose intellect is
अभी
completely
कलयुग
connected to the
पूरा
Father.
हो, सतयुग आ रहा है।
The Iron Age is now ending and the Golden Age is coming.
पतित तो सतयुग में जाएंगे ही नहीं।
Impure ones will not go to the Golden Age.
जितना याद करेंगे
The
उतना
more you
पवित्र
remember
बनेंगे।
Baba, the purer you will become.
प्यूरिटी से धारणा
Through
अच्छी होगी।
purity, there can be good dharana.
पतित न याद कर सकेंगे न
Impure
धारणा
ones
होगी।
can neither stay in remembrance nor can they have dharana.
कोई को तकदीर अनुसार समय मिलता
According to
है।
their fortune, some
पुरुषार्थ
find
करते हैं।
time and make efforts.
तकदीर अच्छी है, समय में पुरुषार्थ करते हैं।
When they have good fortune,
को समय
they
नहीं
find
मिलता,
time
याद ही
and
नहीं
make
करते।
efforts, whereas others don't have any time at all.
जिसने जितनी कोशिश कल
They
पहले
don't
की,
remember
उतनी
Baba
करते
at
हैं।
all. However much effort
हर
they
एक को अपने से
they
मेहनत
made in the
करनी
previous
है।
cycle, that is what they will do now.
कमाई में घाटा
Everyone
पड़ता था तो आगे
has to
कहते
make
थे
effort
ईश्वर
for the
की इच्छा।
self. In earlier days, when there was
अभी
a loss
कहते
in
हैं
business,
ड्रामा।
they would say it
जो
is the
कल
will
पहले
of
हुआ
God.
वह होगा।
Now you say it is a drama.
ऐसे नहीं, अभी
Whatever
चार घंटा
happened in the
याद
previous
करते हो तो
cycle
दूसरे कल
will
में कोई
happen
जाके
again.
याद करेंगे।
It isn't that you have 4 hours of remembrance now,
जो
and so
करेंगे
in the
कल
next
वही
cycle
होगा।
you will have more
विचार
remembrance. No.
नहीं, शिक्षा दी जाती है।
You are
पुरुषार्थ
given
करेंगे तो
the
कल
teachings.
का अच्छा पुरुषार्थ होगा।
If you make effort now, you will make good
जांच
effort
करो।
every cycle. Therefore,
बुद्धि कहाँ
check
कहाँ जाती है।
where your intellect goes.
मल्ल युद्ध में बड़ी खबरदारी रखनी होती है।
In wrestling, they have to be very careful.
अच्छा,
Acha,
रूहानी बच्चों को रूहानी बाप दादा का याद प्यार
spiritual
होता है।
Bab Dadas say love and remembrance and good night to the spiritual children.
धारणा कीजिए मुख्य साहब।
Essence for dharana.
फर्स्ट टाइम है अभी इस मास में रात्रि की क्लास आए हैं।
In this month, this is the first time that the night's class has been printed.
बुद्धिवान बनने के लिए
Essence for dharana. In order to become wise,
याद से अपने बुद्धि को पारस बनाना है।
make your intellect like a philosopher's stone.
बुद्धि
With
इधर उधर
remembrance.
भटकानी नहीं है।
Don't allow your intellect to wander here and there.
बाप जो सुनाते हैं उस पर विचार करना है।
Only think about the things that the Father tells you.
दूसरा भ्रमरी बन
Second, become a buzzing moth and do the service
नरकवासी बने हुए कीड़ों
of
को
making iron-aged
देवी देवता
insects
बनाने
into
की सेवा करनी है।
deities.
शुभ कार्य में देरी नहीं करनी।
Do not delay in carrying out an auspicious task.
अपने बहन भाइयों को बचाना है।
Save your brothers and sisters.
वरदान
Blessing.
मेरे पन को छोड़ ट्रस्टी बन सेवा करने वाले
May you always be a
मेरे
contented
पन को
soul.
छोड़
May you
ट्रस्टी बन
always be
सेवा
a
करने वाले
contented soul and
सदा
renounce
संतुष्ट आत्मा
the
भव।
consciousness of mine and serve
लौकिक
as a
परिवार में
trustee.
रहते सेवा करते
whilst living with your Laukic
सदा
family
याद रहे कि मैं ट्रस्टी हूँ।
and doing service,
मैं ट्रस्टी
always
सेवाधारी हूँ।
remember I am a trustee, a server.
सेवा करते जरा
When
भी
there isn't
मेरापन
the
न
slightest
हो,
consciousness of mine whilst doing
तब
service,
संतुष्ट रहेंगे.
you will remain content.
जब मेरापन आता है तब
When
तंग
there is
होते
a
हो.
consciousness of mine, you become distressed.
सोचते हो
You then think,
मेरा बच्चा ऐसे करता है.
my child does this.
तो जहाँ मेरापन है वहाँ
So,
तंग होते हैं.
When there is a consciousness of mind, you become
और जहाँ
distressed.
तेरा तेरा आया,
And when you have the
वहाँ तैरने
consciousness
लग
of
पड़ते हैं.
yours, you start
तंग
to
होता
swim.
है ना. तेरा तो तैरने लग पड़े.
When you have the consciousness of yours, you begin to
तेरा
swim.
तेरा कहना
To say yours
माना स्वामान
means
में रहना.
to stay in your
मेरा
self-respect.
मेरा कहना
To say
माना
mine
अभिमान में आना.
means to have arrogance.
तेरा तेरा कहना
To say yours
माना
means
स्वामान में रहना.
to stay in your
मेरा
self-respect.
मेरा कहना
To say
माना
mine
अभिमान में
means
आना.
to have arrogance.
स्लोगन
Slogan:
में हर समय बाप
Let there be the Father
और श्रीमत की
and
स्मृति
His
हो.
Srimad in your intellect at all
बुद्धि में
times.
हर समय बाप
Let there
और
be the
श्रीमत की
Father
स्मृति
and
हो.
His Srimad
तब
in
कहेंगे
your
दिल से
intellect
समर्पित
at all
आत्मा.
times, for only then can it be said that you are a soul
समर्पित
who
समर्पण
has
किसको कहा जाता है?
surrendered with your heart.
हर समय बाप और श्रीमत. ओम शांति.
Om Shanti. There's the Father
सुना
and the
मुरली
Srimad.
बाबा
Did you listen to
की,
the Murli?
मीठे मीठे बाबा की.